Hi, this is Ronnie at the Woodstock Fruit Festival 2014 with one of the, here with my friend Kevin Cosmo, one of the most well-loved and well-known guys in the 8-10-10 community.
It's kind.
Yeah, it's not kind.
Maybe an overstatement, but kind.
Well, I don't know. And Kevin is here at Woodstock, just enjoying the scene, doing a little bit of work, a little bit of camera stuff, and everything else. So, how about we start with just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you ended up here at the Woodstock Fruit Festival.
Well, I think like a lot of us, I was raised in a lifestyle that didn't really serve me very well, and it led to an adulthood of illness. But soon in my early adulthood, around 21, I found out I had become a father, and so illness and poor health weren't going to be conducive to raising a child, and I didn't want that example shown, so I took responsibility for my health, and it led down a little bit of a rabbit hole, but quickly answers were found and clarity was found with the 80-10-10 diet and a raw vegan diet. And well, the Woodstock Fruit Festival is the perfect place to celebrate that and get to know fantastic people like Ronnie and other fruit lovers.
Yeah. How do you think you got the luck of finding this information? Because, or did you try other things out, or did you just stumble upon this by chance? Or why did you find this? Other people for years they try different things and can't find anything that works.
It's an interesting question, and initially I thought it was luck, but when I reflected upon it, I think it was the way I worded the question, and it sounds so infantile, but I couldn't figure out my finances at the time. I didn't think I could get a whole new job and take care of that when I became a father, but I thought I could answer the question of what do I put in a child's mouth. And asking it from that perspective, children, they don't care for hot spices. It started to knock certain things right off the list, and I started looking for the optimal way to eat.
Yeah.
And raw food, I stumbled upon that quite luckily. But the simple logic of that every other species eats raw food, and the only way we got here today was based on raw food, and so that one became pretty simple. And when I started looking at the raw food leaders at the time, I wasn't totally impressed with their physique as well, because at this point now I was looking for something that worked completely. And when I saw Dr. Graham give a lecture, it was How to Stay Healthy at 100, I believe was the lecture, it just clicked. It was so sensible, and he had the fitness level as well because every single squirrel, every single animal is fit, so it's got to be a natural part of the equation.
Yeah. So, becoming a parent was one of your motivators into the healthy lifestyle, and I imagine for a lot of parents out there, they're in the same boat. They're looking for information for how to raise their child in a healthful way, especially, and raw vegan parents as well. They want to know how to incorporate this. Do they have to make changes for the child and stuff like that? So, what's your thoughts on parenting and raising children on a raw diet, which I believe you have experience with?
Yeah, my children have only eaten raw food and still breast milk. Our son is 5 years old and our daughter's 18 months. And I think I've simplified parenting for my own sake, and it's been beneficial for my own psyche, as parents essentially are the most clear and present role models for their children, and that's what I see my role as, to demonstrate what I consider to be the optimal way to live, and to offer myself as a resource and to connect my children with other resources that they need to accomplish the goals they wish to accomplish in their life. And so diet is pretty simple. If I eat healthy and my children eat healthy, it really hasn't been a second thought for them, because it's just been what's in the house, and it's been easy. Yeah.
And what is, in terms of your fitness, what kind of sports and things do you take part in? Are you quite regimented with your routines, or is you a very fast guy, very fit guy?
Perhaps I could benefit from more regimentation. With kids, though, you might recognize and experience that it becomes difficult to have a set schedule that stays the same. So I have just taken the model of, I guess this one I learned from my kids, and it was actually suggested to me, and they had challenged NFL players to follow around 3-year-olds and copy their behavior verbatim, like every single step.
Yeah.
And I tried to do that, and I realized that they go down and up a lot. They run from place to place, and so you'll see me here.
Yeah.
I'm not going for sprints. That's how I travel, and so constantly working my body seems to have worked well.
Right.
And I try to do a random assortment of things I love so much. I mean, we played basketball and tennis and soccer, playing at the park, hanging on the bars, climbing trees.
And another thing that's come to mind for me, we had a conversation a bit about this, but what's your thoughts on standard schooling versus homeschooling? What's your opinion on that? Why would you do one and not the other?
Yeah, I didn't realize that this topic of conversation was popular for people. But my opinion on it is that education is essential. Education is wholly important. Education is invigorating, exciting, and you can't stop a kid who wants to learn something. But schooling for me is extremely deleterious and limiting and crippling for children. The idea of forcing ideas down their throat, the idea of sitting them in one spot and expecting them to enjoy that, the idea of feeding them when they're not hungry, the idea of, it just seems a complete disrespect for the individual. Sure, it may be beneficial for a society to have like-minded people and people of the same skill set, and that may be beneficial for society. For some people in society, I'd say. But personally, I'd rather live in a society, because a society is just a collection of individuals. I'd rather live in a society like this, where I see individuals inspired, they have a mission or a goal or a purpose that they want to bring to fruition, and they feel self-confident enough to obtain the information, source out the truth, and then bring it into reality. And so that's what I define education as. I think it's a 3-step process that I think all of us are capable of. We just perhaps haven't been taught all the steps.
So if someone wants to maybe connect with you, learn a bit more about your style, what you've learned from this lifestyle, how you apply that to parenting, where can they find some more information on that?
Sure, you can connect with me at highenergyparenting.com. Also the same on YouTube and Facebook. I'm going to primarily start my education or my sharing with what's worked for me to have such fantastic levels of energy and health. It becomes very easy to play with your kids, to be lighthearted, to be forgiving, to have patience when you feel so good. I am running a 50-mile race this year and another 100-mile race, and I'm doing those basically to prove the fact that as an adult I have a bigger battery life, more fuel tank, and my kids aren't going to tire me out. And so that's what I want to give to parents first, is the capacity to feel so good that you can take great care of yourself and take great care of your children.
And I guess I just want to say I've known Kevin for a few years, and I would have no qualms or hesitation in recommending his services, advice.
Thank you, Ron.
Honestly, to anyone, to friends, family, whatever, I wouldn't hesitate to point them in the direction of your website, your stuff. So I've been sharing a lot of your stuff on my Facebook page and everything, and hopefully some of the parents, the people I know, will see some of it, because I feel like, I don't know what you think about this, but I feel like it's difficult, especially for a guy like me who's not a parent, doesn't have children. I can't really approach people and, interfere with how they raise their children, is how I feel like I would be doing it.
I can get away with going to McDonald's and doing it.
Yeah. Well, I guess you've got the experience, you're like a third party,
Right.
But finally, just to finish off, what is your goals in life? What are you looking to create in life, and where's Kevin Cosmo going?
I know very specifically what I want to create, and I encourage each of you to ask yourself that fantastic question each day. What are you trying to create in this day? What are you trying to create 10 years from now? Yeah. I'm trying to create, as I said, I'm very selfish in my goal. I want to be surrounded by people who are fantastic individuals, who are creative, self-directed, and are looking to create a better more peaceful and pleasant world. So concretely, I'm looking to set up a piece of land and hold retreats for parents, and simultaneously have that land function as an example for people of how a sustainable piece of land can function, how a community can function harmoniously and sustainably. So quite honestly, my goal is to become a responsible adult. Even living in the house I do right now, I'm contributing to the problem by my water system, the electrical system, so I really don't feel like I'm being responsible. And that doesn't really gel with me. I can really enjoy and be more playful, I guess, even more so when I feel like I've been fully responsible as an adult. So that's the example I'm looking to set.
Awesome. So just to repeat your website and everything, it's high energy parenting.
High energy parenting, yes.
High energy parenting. Awesome. And it's a blog, and
in a couple months from now, the video product will come out.
Right.
It's going to be exceptionally low cost. It's a condensation of everything I've picked up over the last 5 years, and I want to get it out at a low. I want every parent to have.
Awesome.
If someone's doesn't have the money for it, I'll give it to them.
Cool. Right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you, Ronnie.
Like, so, sorry, just to say, like, share, subscribe to this channel.
Definitely. This man, and you gotta come to UK Fruit Fest. You get serenaded probably every night by this. He's a fantastic musician. He's an intelligent coordinator with a big heart. And what's your mission, Ronnie?
My mission, I guess, is to have a free life, to have a freer life. Yeah, to live in community like this, with fruit trees growing around and everything, and people coming and going maybe. And I like to think about what my perfect day would be.
Yeah.
You know, and I like to think I want to wake up maybe in a tree or in a tree house. Well, not just in a tree, but like in a tree house with a family. I want to have a family and children, and you know, just waking up with your daughter or son or whatever, going down to the beach, watching the sunrise, then going and having breakfast and with the community and with the people and everything else. But I get a feeling I'll maybe have, that'll be part of my life, and maybe I'll have a completely other identity as well. So I don't know, I'm still trying to work it all out, but I want to grow the UK Fruit Festival as well and promote this lifestyle, help people with their health, get my music out more in the world, be creative, and just, yeah, a lot of stuff.
Bring a lot of Ronnie to life. It's cool.
Yeah. Okay, thanks a lot, Kevin.
Thank you, Ronnie.